Welcome everyone. Here we go again. I'm going to be talking today on what every man wishes their wife know or wants to tell the wife. What every husband or what every man wants to tell his wife. What every man wants to tell his wife or what wants his wife to know. What do they want to tell their wives? What is it that men are actually dreaming of telling their wives, but maybe they are not ready to say directly, or maybe maybe they are saying it, but the men are not quite understanding what they are trying to say. So the next point, what every man wants his wife to know, what every man wants his wife to know is this: don't control me. Don't control me. Don't control me. Well, that's a big one. Don't control me. Men don't like to be controlled. Men don't like to be controlled, and they don't want their wives to control them. And men think that they need their space. Men think that they need their space. They know what they want to do. They know what they are doing. They have their brain in place, and they don't like to be told what to do. So this is a challenge for the women because, the nature of women is that they are marrying to be together with their husbands. They want to be around their husband all the time. But on the other hand, the man is saying, hey, but you lived without me somehow. How did you manage to live without me? You live without me being there all the time. But why is it now that you don't want to let me go? I cannot even go to the restroom. You want to follow me everywhere. Men don't like that too much. Men don't like that too much. But although that is the nature of women, that is the demand of women. Women want to marry because they don't want to marry just to sit in the house. Most women don't want to marry just to sit and know that they are married with ring in the hand. They want to be married and be there with their husband. They want to be there with their husband. So, but the husbands say, okay, you want to be there, it's okay. I will take you when I can. I will take you with me. You are going to be there. We are going to be together when I can afford it. But when I cannot, when I need to do my own thing, please, we cannot be together 24 hours. Why do you want us to be together all the time? That is the thinking of the woman, of the man. He says, I love you, you are okay. Okay, we love you, I love you, I treasure you, thank you, but I don't need to be, you don't need to be around me all the time. Men don't want their wives to kind of, to be hanging around them everywhere they're going, she's running after them everywhere. But I think that is not too big a problem with the African men, I think. But, with the African women. But with the European women, at least as far as I know, they want to be around their husband all the time, especially European women. But maybe the African woman is the same thing, I don't know. But men generally, they will take you along when they want to. They would like you to be there with them, but not to the extent of you just being present, and just being on their neck everywhere. And, sometimes they want to say, hey, please, I'm coming. But being around all the time is one thing, but to be controlling is very annoying to the man. Controlling is even much more annoying and more irritating to the man. The man doesn't want you to control what he's doing with his time. A man doesn't want you to control who he's talking to, who just called, why the person called, what did the person say, who sent the message, who is the message from, who is the text message from, what did he say, do you want to give, what is the relationship you have with that person? Especially if the person is a woman. Some women want to know everything. And I had a situation with one of my members who married another person from another country. And then she couldn't speak the language, so she would always sit at home. So each time the husband comes from work, this lady, she's a Ukrainian lady, this lady will make the husband sit down for 2 hours after food and make him to narrate, give a full day narration of everything he did, where he looked, what he ate, who he spoke to, who called, how many telephone calls came in, who did he speak to. I said, so when she was telling me this, I said, what are you doing? Because the guy started rebelling. Even though he was doing that the first 6 months, I said, if he did it for the first 6 months, he has tried. And now he stopped doing it. And the lady was rebellious and was saying, but it was okay before, I feel we love each other. We must know what each other are doing and what you are doing. I must feel that you are with me. You are thinking about me. We are together. And then the guy got tired. So I'm not going to give report anymore. Men don't like control. Men don't like control. They don't want to give control of everything they do, every step they take, wherever they go. They want you to believe them. They want you to trust them. And another thing with women is this, and which the ladies must know, is for your good, for you not to be around your husband every single minute of the day. Because if a lady is going to be around the husband every day, every minute of the day, he's going to get bored. He's just going to get bored of you. I'm sorry. And maybe women don't know that that is possible. But if you are going to be there around him all the time and you think it's love, but he gets bored and he wants to run away. He's tired of seeing you all the time. No matter how much he loves you or cares for you, but if you are going to be there all the time and he's just seeing you, there's a principle. Like, let me give you this principle. The principle says like this. We stop anything that is always in front of us, we eventually stop seeing. Anything that is always in front of us, anything that is always in our front, we eventually stop seeing. Think about that. If something is always in your sphere of view, if anything that is always in our view, always in your view, we stop seeing it. And just like in your house, some of your furniture and everything that you always have there all the time, even though it has not gone anywhere, but because it's always in your view, you stop seeing it. So what that means for a woman is a catastrophic thing. If you are always there in front of your husband, every minute, every time, he will stop seeing you. He's talking to you, but he's no more seeing you. He's discussing with you, he's no more seeing you. He only knows that my wife is there, that's all. He stops seeing that you have made a new hair made. He stops seeing that you have a new dress. He stops seeing that you have a new makeup. He stops seeing that you have a new finger paint. He stops seeing that you have added weight or you have lost weight. And that is catastrophic for a woman. You, lady, you understand that if a man stops seeing you, if a man, your own husband is not even saying that you have a new haircut, if your own husband doesn't even see that you change a new dress today, and he's no more seeing you, it's catastrophic for the woman, because she'll be thinking, so I'm just as good as the furniture here, or I'm just as good as the fridge. The fridge is there, nobody cares it's there or it's not there. Then that's why a woman sometimes must economize her presence. So it's not a good thing for you to always be on his neck and on his back, calling every minute and going to be there, I want to be together, everything. Because if you are everything that is at your view, that is always in your front, that's always in front of you, everything that is always in your front, you stop seeing. Always for him to keep on seeing you, you always need to be dynamic all the time. You need to always come fresh. You always need to come fresh. You always need to come new. You always need to come original. You always need to come, it needs to see you in new light all the time. It needs to see you fresh, different. But if you are always saying, I want to talk to you every 5 minutes, and you think that then he thinks about you all the time, then he relaxes. He doesn't miss you anymore because you are always you are always calling there. Before he does this, you think that you are on him now. He doesn't have a way of escape. But he talks to you, he sees you with his eyes, but he doesn't see you anymore. He doesn't see you anymore. Anything that is always before us in our view all the time, we stop saying, we stop noticing. So be original. It's part of your uniqueness. It's part of your charm. It's part of your beauty. It's part of your elegance. It's part of your discreetness of the woman. So be discreet in that sense. Be discreet in the sense of not following him everywhere, running after him, and give him his space. Let him miss you. Let him be in need of you. Let him hunger for you. Let him thirst for you. Let him desire you. Let him want to have you, even in the family. Sometimes some women think that because they are married is an excuse for them never to allow him to go out without them, or for them never to allow them to be separated anytime, that I must always be there. But then you want to create a situation whereby it begins to run. It's better for you to create a demand and supply situation. To create a situation of, to remove the situation of familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. So, so men don't want you to control them, especially when they are doing things concerning their business. There are some ladies that want to help them. She's also concerned for him, that she wants to help in the business, in the affairs, in the things that she is doing. And she's always asking, what about the business? What is there? What is happening? And, he doesn't want you to be finding out everything about his business and about his partners and everything like that. He doesn't like it unless you are business partners. Okay, if you are business partners, it's another thing. Or if you are working together in the same office, it's another thing as well. If you are working together in the same place, or you have the same friends or the same scope of friends and acquaintances, or you are working in the same office or in the same place, and you have the same subject to discuss, that is totally different. But because the men are more oriented at discussing a subject matter, there must be a topic they are discussing. There must be a subject matter. There must be something they are talking about. So if you have a common topic to talk about, then it's exciting for them. If you have a common theme to discuss, yes, they like it. But if you just want to hang out there, nothing concrete, just to show that you are there, or just to demonstrate that you are the wife and that you are there anyway, that he must notice you, well, I'm sorry. That might actually irritate your husband. That might irritate your husband. I say, what do you want? Why are you always here? Why, you have anything to contribute? Why are you disturbing me here? What do you want? What do you know about this thing? Come on, get out of here. Maybe he might not tell you that, get out of there. That's too rude. I don't think most husbands will be able to do that. But, if you get under his neck, under his nerves too much, some might do that. So you ladies have to be wise. You don't be pushy. Don't impose yourself on your husband. Don't impose yourself. They don't like it. Unless it's asking you to go with him. Oh, now you are the king. You are the coin. Now you are the coin. When he's put in a situation when he has to ask you, please go with me. Oh, that's what you want. You want him to always be in need of you. You want him to always say, you go with me, let's go together. You want him to always invite you. You want him to always, give you the word. Now that is it. Olamide Ade said, marriage taught me this. Now I love my space too. Yes. If a lady herself has something to do, if she is busy with her life and she has, she has a goal to pursue and she's living for purpose, not just for family or for husband, definitely she has her own space too. She needs her own space to be able to, bring our own plans to come to pass and our intentions and things like that. I have seen a woman that died because she was monitoring her husband so much, and she ended up hurting herself because apparently the man was a flirt and had numerous girlfriends. She developed cancer due to depression and died an untimely death, and the man impregnated the lady when the wife was dying in the hospital of that cancer. Yep, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. Either you believe, trust, and move forward, or you kill yourself. TY says, you must be very cerebral, and you can only be this when you have fun yourself and confident, enjoy your own presence. Yes, a lady, ladies sometimes want the husband to give to them what only God could give to them. There are some demands, there are some desires in your heart. There are some, intimate needs. There are some personal needs that no husband, no man will ever be able to fulfill those things in your life. Only your God, only your master, your ultimate lover, your number one lover is able to fulfill some of those things in your life. So sometimes, women, you don't need to over-rely and to be over-reliant on your on a particular man or on any man for that matter. Maybe you need to be more reliant on God, trusting in God. He is your master. He is your king. He is your Lord. And he is the one that will be able to supply your need and be able to, meet those needs and understand those needs that no human being, no man, no husband will be able to understand. Will be able to understand. So, ladies, don't become a suitcase for your husband. Don't become his own suitcase. You have your own bag. It's heavy enough. Carry your own bag. Don't make him feel that he's carrying two suitcases. One is his own suitcase, and the other one is my wife herself as a whole suitcase. So give him some space. Let him know he has a wife that loves him, that is waiting for him, that is ready to do everything for him, but not the one that is always there, that will not even allow him 5 minutes to go to the restroom all by himself. And another thing we must face, though, is that, when a woman always wants her husband to be around and cannot do anything without her husband, cannot, go anywhere without a husband, wants the husband to be there always and always asking questions, always depending, always inquiring the husband what he does, what he's doing and all that. That also might be talking about insecurity on the side of the woman. That might be because the woman lacked a father. Maybe there was no father figure in the life of the woman, and the woman, wants to use the man now to satisfy everything that she did not have growing up, which might not be bad, but if she's not going to develop herself, if she's not going to put some, self-education principles in place and develop herself and work on herself, the man is going to get tired. The man is going to get tired. So every person, and the best thing for a woman to do is to work on her complexes before she gets married. Every woman has to face her own complexes. You have to become a personality. You have to learn to be satisfied with yourself. And, another thing that might show on the side of the woman is that if you always want your husband to be there, to do everything, to be taken care of, it means that you did not work on yourself. You did not come to maturity before you married. You did not come to self-fulfillment and self-satisfaction before you married. So that self-satisfaction and that self-development is needed for every woman before she marries, because the man, no matter how good he is, no matter how good he is, he's going to be frustrated. He's going to be frustrated. So the good thing to really be happy in marriage for the wife is for both husband and wife to be satisfied with themselves before they marry. Marriage works better when two people who are self-sufficient, who are learn to live a satisfactory life on their own before marriage, come together as independent, satisfied, people of full self-worth. Before they come to the stage, before they come to marry, they are both satisfied. So that makes things much easier that way. Sometimes it is a problem of a woman that has not found herself. It is a problem of a woman that has not discovered herself, that has not discovered her calling. And that is one thing that every woman wants to, another point that every man wants to tell his wife. And that point is, get busy. Get busy doing something. Because what the man thinks is that the reason she's running after me, the reason she's controlling me, the reason she's, running after me everywhere is because she's not busy. So every man will rather say, get busy. But I know from the side of the woman, really, the question of the woman is that it's not that she's not busy. She has a lot of work to do all the time. But the problem with the woman is that the woman is always thinking, the woman always thinks, I care for him. And it's one of my ways of caring. And it's one of my ways of expressing my love to him. And so from the side of the woman, it's about love. And it's about expression of her love and care for her husband. But on the side of the husband, if you are always there and you are always inquiring of his well-being and where he is and controlling him, he's thinking that you have a problem. He's thinking that you don't have anything to do. He's thinking it's time to go and get a job for you. That if you have something doing, you will not be there all the time. You're trying to get him to give you some reports. That it only proves the fact that you are too free, or you are too, you are too lazy, so to say, or you don't have anything to do. So he wants to get you a job as fast as possible. So yes, and especially when a man is busy, maybe at home or at work. He doesn't, especially when he's busy doing something. Maybe he's reading or he's studying. A man doesn't like it when he's busy doing something for the wife to be coming just quietly and be touching him. He doesn't want to see that. He wants you to come to him when he's less busy. When you see that he's not busy, he's almost about to tell you, but you see I'm busy now. Maybe he's praying at that time, or maybe he's reading the Bible, or maybe he's doing some of his homework or work, some assignment from work. A man doesn't like to be disturbed when he's focused at doing something that is important to him. If that thing is important to him, leave him out. Don't touch him. Even if he's watching football, if that is important to him at that point, please don't touch him. And, the same thing. Even if it is a movie that is watching, if a woman you see him that is if you see a man that is concentrated, doing anything in a concentrated manner, ladies, just rather write a note or write a message to him and say that when you are through, please come to me or come and see me, or I need to see you, or something like that. It's better to tell him ahead that you need to see him or you want to see him, but not to get him out of that busy schedule or from that busy engagement that is in. He doesn't like to be distracted, especially when he's focused on doing what he's doing. It doesn't really matter what he's doing, either his business or his work, or he's just studying, or he's praying, or he's reading the Bible, or he's watching football, or he's watching movies. To him, it's the same thing. As long as he's busy, as long as he's focused, then don't go there. don't go there. They don't want to hear you. They rather finish. Let them rather finish what they are doing, before you go to try to tell them anything. Or you could only inform them that, okay, can I see you at a point? Or when will you come and see me? Or when can you see me? Or will you, can you, find time for me when you are through? Something like that. But let him be when he's busy. When he's busy. So that is one of the reasons why a woman must be matured before she gets married. Marriage is only for matured people. And if she's not matured, she will not be able to manage her emotions. She might not be able to manage that feeling of rejection. Because for a woman that is not fulfilled, that is not fully grown and fully matured, she might be thinking that is rejection and that the husband is rejecting her. But really, it might not be about rejection. He's not thinking about rejection at all. He's just thinking he's busy. In fact, as a matter of fact, he's thinking in his mind, can she see? Where is she looking? Where did she put her eyes? She should see that I'm busy. Why is she coming now when I'm busy doing this thing? There is a degree of self-respect, self-worth, and self-dignity that every woman must maintain, even in her own family. Even in our own marriage. Don't just think that, because it's your husband, then you could just sit on his neck every minute of the day. Men don't like to be owned. They don't like to be possessed or owned by somebody. They don't like to feel that somebody is controlling and owning them, owning their life, owning their time and everything like that. That's why men don't like women who are jealous or who are envy, because they are thinking that she is standing on the way of their calling. They think that the woman is through her ever presence. By her being too present and too visible and too on your face, kind of, that she's disturbing him. I mean, that's what he's thinking, and that is she's standing on his way of fulfillment. She's standing on his way of fulfillment. That's exactly what he's thinking, and then that allows the man to become, insulting, or to become not too polite, and because he wants to get you out of there. So, so he might become rude a little bit. He might become rude as a result. So that is one thing. I want to give you several points today so that I could begin to talk about African men tomorrow. Let me give you another point today. Another thing that every man is expecting from their women, from their wives, I think apart from American wives, apart from American husbands, because in America now, I think, I don't know the statistics, but from what I've seen in America, I think this next point I'm about to make doesn't play an important role. And the point is, every man wants to tell the wife that don't joke with my food. Don't joke with my food. I think you all know that. Especially, but in Africa though, in America though, I think maybe that is not the matter. That's not the case anymore, because in America, from what I could see in America, it's like everybody's going to the restaurant. It's like restaurant is the main place where people eat now in America. I almost have an impression as if the wives don't even cook anymore in America or something. That's the impression that I have. I think it's like women don't cook anymore in America. It's like everybody just in restaurant. And you can understand that because people are working all the time. And in America, both male and female are working. Men and women are working. And if they are working all the time, no time to to sit in the in the kitchen for 6 hours anymore. So for a lady to be spending 4-6 hours every day in the kitchen is crazy. And really, maybe restaurant might be a better way out. But, you know, a man doesn't care. He just wants that food to be there. It doesn't matter where you get it from. Of course, you all know about my message that I say why I don't drive and my wife doesn't cook. That is another message that I have. I don't know if all of you heard that message. Why my wife doesn't cook. You know, there is a reason why my wife doesn't cook, but because of time, that is another topic. But at the end of the day, the thing is the food must be ready. Now, I heard that there are some men that want their wives to be the one to cook for them. I don't know that. I don't think that most men care. I think most men don't really care who cooks the food. I think they just want the food to be good. I think they just want the food to be delicious and good. But that it has to be the woman, I don't think so. But maybe in some cultures, maybe it is. Maybe some men want that. But as far as I know, the men just want the food to be good and to be to their taste. So it could be the woman who cooked it, who cooks it, it could be the cook who cooked it, it could be the mother-in-law who cooked it, it could be the restaurant who cooked it. Just bring in the food. Just bring in the food and let it be good. So that's another thing that is really important to the man, especially when the man is coming from his work. When he's tired, when he's coming from outside, when he's coming from work, you know, he really wants the food to be there. So don't joke with that. That is another thing that that the man wants to tell his wife. Every man wants his wife to know. Don't joke with my food. Let my food be ready. Let my food be there. Okay. Wow, this is a school. We women are learning a lot from here. Great work, Pastor. Men don't like to be treated in any of the same ways they have been known to oppress and restrict women for the last several centuries. Ooh! Yeah, they don't. Some women don't realize it that they have oppressed women or they are oppressing women. I think we need to help them to understand that some of the things, the way men treat women sometimes is oppressive. Oh yeah, nobody likes oppression. Even men don't like oppression. So you are right. Women also don't like jealousy and don't like to be controlled. And when I'm hungry, I'm getting angry too. There is too much emphasis on differences. Can we not just work out the common ground? That's exactly what we are doing. That's exactly what we are doing right now. Women can be so creative to become the husband, and this topic will be for her husband, no matter how successful he is. Men know how to pursue women with guts, always happy and excited with herself and are married to assignment. Both men and women need to understand the needs of their partners and make conscious effort to meet those needs. We are all emotional beings and deserve to be treated well. If you want your needs to be met, then you should go off your way to meet your partner's needs. African men tend to succumb to the Western style if they are with the Westerner, but it is another ball game if it is with the African sisters. How do we explain that? Chameleon lifestyle? We need people with integrity. Life is give and take. Beautiful, beautiful. The food has to be prepared every day. Well, you don't have to prepare it every day. You could buy it every day. You could buy the food every day. Why do you have to prepare it every day? I don't think you have to prepare it every day. That's what I'm saying, that most men that I know, they don't have to, you don't have to prepare yourself. Just make it ready. All right, so apart from cooking, another thing that every husband want the wife to know is, please make the home. Make the home. Let the house be neat and in order. Every man wants to tell their wives that they should make the home clean, make the house in order, let the house be clean and neat. They want the house to be clean and neat. That is another thing that the African man wants to tell the husband. They want to tell the wife, even though she's busy, even though she's working, even though she's busy doing every other thing, even though she has to look after the children, but they still want the house to be neat and clean. So how she has to do that, I don't know. But I think that most men should help their wives out, either by getting a maid or by getting somebody to come once a week or twice a week to help with the house, something. But men don't like it when house is untidy, when house is unclean, when house is unkept. Men don't like it. Men don't respect the wives who cannot clean the house and make the house neat and clean. So they don't like it when the house is not presentable, especially when their visitors and friends are coming to visit and the house is not in order. Oh, they don't like it. So men want a clean home, clean house, neat home, that everything will be in order, from the bedroom to the bathroom to the kitchen to the sitting room. Men appreciate it so much when their house is neat and well kept. When the house is neat and well kept. So what is the next point? I want to give you as many points tonight before we go tomorrow. This point here, funnily enough, a lot of men want this. They express the need for this. But it's a little bit funny, but that's just what men want. And the need is this. The men want their wives to help them overcome their weaknesses. That sounds a little bit funny, right? How can we overcome if a man is expressing to you his weaknesses and his problems? They actually believe that the faith of the woman, the trust of the woman, the support of the woman could help them to overcome their weaknesses. So men know that they have weaknesses, but they don't talk about it. But when they really love their wives and they trust their wives, they might talk about their weaknesses, but hoping that she will not go and talk about it, she will not ridicule them, she will not go and be talking about it everywhere, she will not expose their secret, but that she will help them really to overcome their weaknesses. That is another need that a man wants to express to his wife. Every husband wants the wife to be, not everyone, but there are many of them. Dr. Adelaja, is not our weakness as a lady. Why should it be our own responsibility to help him overcome his weakness? Why can't he make effort to overcome his own weakness? Well, I think men get to that situation or to that state when they have tried and maybe they have struggled to overcome their weaknesses by themselves. So when they see that they have struggled and things are not working out for them, then they come out and express that to their wives, and they want their wives to understand them and to support them. And not especially, this is normally with men that have problem with addiction, either it is alcohol addiction, or it is party addiction, or it is spending addiction, or it is drug addiction, or it is pornographic addiction, or something like that. So, or men that just struggle with something. So normally they will be asking their wives to help them because they themselves have tried on their own to cope with it, to cope with the situation, and they could not cope on their own, and the woman will not know. Normally, before a man opens his mouth to express his weakness, it means that he had done all he could and he couldn't deal with it by himself. And so that's why he comes out and wants the wife to know about it. Normally, the wife will be the last person a man will normally talk to about his personal problems. But if he begins to talk about, if a man opens his mouth to begin to talk about his personal problems, ladies, I want you to know, take it serious. Take it serious. If he begins to talk to you about his personal challenges, that means that is the last resort. That is the last resort. That means that he has done every single thing he could do, and now he needs your help. So, so it's not something to trivialize if a man begins to tell the wife some of the challenges he's having. It means that he cannot cope anymore. It means you need to take it serious. And not just take it serious, you need to actually propose to him to go for professional help, or to go for pastoral help, or some professional help. Maybe even better professional help rather than pastoral help. Because if he comes out to tell you that, it means he has done everything he could and he couldn't cope and he couldn't resolve the situation. It means that he really needs help at this point. Well, you know what? I would like us to go ahead and share the link. Okay, I believe I gave you enough for today. So, thank you so much for your time. God bless. Have a wonderful night. Blessings.